So you can see that when I make a decision, I make an informed one. So as members of parliament and activists on our own right, we have decided to join Zanu Pf from the opposition. Some of us with other comrades joined opposition in 2000, and we have been in the opposition since then. We have had a narrative as the opposition that has greatly changed and diverted from what we believed in as the youth who joined opposition. We are Zimbabweans, and Zimbabwe is the only country that we have. So we have seen that some of the leaders in opposition, where we are coming from, there is Douglas Monzora, who has turned MDC to something less than a burial society, because at least in burial society there is some activity taking place. A president who will go to an election and pay for his own presidential money without MPs and councillors. We've seen CCC, a party that I've been, just to say CCC and MDC is just two factions of one party. And those guys, Nelson Chamisa and Douglas Monzoro, are only fighting for a big chunk. Who is taking a big chunk? But it's one and the same thing. We've seen it turned into some student activism, some activism that has no vision, and they don't know where they are going. If you look at the way that they did their primary election, it shows that it's not a serious party, a party that wants to lead a country. If you look at how Zanu Pf hold their primary elections, we've seen young people coming up, being members of parliament. There's something that we have been crying for in the opposition. We have said we want to see young people being incorporated. So if we have got a party that has got a direction, that has got a vision, that has got structures, going through a primary election and having big wigs that we all know falling on the wayside, the youth taking control, then obviously there is nothing more than that we can fight for as the youth of this country. We've seen it happening in this in Zanu Pf, and we are now believing that it is the only party that can take this country forward. It's the only party that can change our economical failures. If you look at what is happening right now, as I was chairing higher and tertiary, we have seen verifying engineering. We are now making our own oxygen in our own country. We have seen the Mafura value addition, the insemination, factory insemination in Chinoi. We have seen the cooking oil production. You can name but a few, but we can see that our country is taking the right direction, is taking the right trajectory through Zanu Pf party. And as such, as my colleagues here and many more that are coming, because we have got about 4 who can join us in this first team, because they've got our burials. The other one, lost Honorable Mago, lost her mother. Honorable Gojo is consoling her. We've got 2 of our honorables, Honorable Lindani Moyo, Honorable Brightness Mangora. They are also engaged in some of the parliament activities, but they are part of this team that came today. And there are lots more that are going to come, because obviously when we are joining a new party, especially a party called Zanu Pf that has been painted in all paints that you may think of, it will take the brave to take the lead. So all I can say, Honorable, Comrade NPC, we are just leading a whole lot of members of parliament and activists where we are coming from, that we have preached to, that in Zanu Pf there is hope, in Zanu Pf there is vision, and in Zanu Pf we are going to rebuild the only country that we have, which is Zimbabwe, and we are Zimbabweans, we can't change that. So thank you very much.